Hello everybody, this is Mandy, and this is Heavenly Bath Treats. So the kids are at their father's today, and I haven't been feeling real great the last couple of days. Well, it's been longer than that, but I thought I would do some therapeutic soaping today. So I'm going to use the heat transfer method. So I'm going to pour my lye into my water, get that stirred together while I introduce the soap. So I have noticed that a lot of the soapers out there, soap makers, have been using Love Spell. A dupe of Love Spell, which I guess is a Victoria's Secret dupe. A dupe of the Victoria's Secret Love Spell. I was intrigued, so I looked up the scent notes, and after reading that, I decided that this is titanium dioxide, that I would like to try it. So I bought some from Nature's Garden. Theirs is called NG Loving Spell. Looks like that. And I smelled it, and right out of the bottle, I absolutely love it. It's a fruity smell, but it's not the fruity like, oh, I want to eat this fruity. It's, ooh, I want to bathe in this, or ooh, I want to smell like this fruity. So, this is my lye water, and I put some titanium dioxide in there because I want that to be in all of the colors. And I'll pour this into my solid butters and my solid oils. And then I will read, as I stir this in and get it all melted, I'll read you the notes of the scent so that y'all can see what I mean. Okay, so, oops, my phone turned off, and I don't have fingerprints. I can't take my gloves off, so, to open my phone, but I will put it onto the screen there. I know there was, let me think, tangerine, bergamot, and then there was like strawberries and raspberries, all on a musk scent. And it's really, really pretty. Now when I smelled this scent and I was thinking of designs, for some reason the colors yellow, orange, and red came to mind, all on a base of white. But I really don't want it to be too much ketchup and mustard, so I decided to go ahead and do like a deep pink. This is Hot Lips by Mad Micah. And then for the orange, I found a sample that I had from Nurture Soap called Orange Marmalade. And then also from Nurture Soap, I have this yellow, which is Lemon Drop. So for the design, I decided that we could do, like I said, most of the color will be white, with our accent colors being what I just showed you. And I thought we would do a hanger swirl. And I want to try something different for the top. I'm sure a lot of you know Tiggy from Future Primitive Soaps. She has a soap shop in Cotswold, England. Someday I would love to go see her at her shop. So that's one of my travel goals, which you never know. Maybe we could get back to traveling here before too long. But she does her signature top. And I'll show that to you when I get to that point. And this soap is going to be vegan. I didn't put any Tessa Silk in my liquid oils. Here in my liquid oils, I do have coconut milk. I have some coconut milk powder. I don't know why I always have trouble with this part. Kaolin clay and colloidal oats. Alright, let's get this all stirred up and we'll go from there. Alright, they're almost melted here. I am trying out a new recipe. I put a little more olive oil, less palm oil, a little more cocoa, and a little more shea than normal, just to see if I like that combination of oils a little better. Eventually, I think when this last thing of palm oil that I ordered runs out, I'm going to go to a palm-free recipe. Now, I'm going to add in my liquid oils. and additives. This year we did have a white Christmas, much to the joy of my children and a little bit of dismay to me. Now, I lived 6.5 years in North Dakota, so a little snow isn't too bad, but I do have groceries out in the car, and I'm avoiding bringing them in because I will have to trudge through, I'd say we got a good 6 inches of snow. And I haven't felt real good, so I've been avoiding that. But it's cold enough out there that they're keeping fine. Alright. So, I suppose I should run the stick blender through this just a little bit. Break up that little bit of cocoa butter I have left in there. I think I can hand blend the rest. I don't think it's out of trace yet even. But it is all mixed together. I'm going to get my other containers for my colors. This I had some lye in, it'll be fine. This one I had the oils in. And let me find my other one. This one was on my drying rack, it's still a little wet. So if they look dirty or wet, that's why, because they are. Alright, let's split these into accent colors. Pink. Keeping in mind that it will fade a little bit as it cures, I'm going to add a little bit more of the pink. And orange. And these are mixed in with oils from the batch. Ooh, that's a bright pink, or bright pink. A bright orange. It's pretty. And yellow. This was the lemon drop. Nice and bright. I'm kind of looking at that pink and hoping it would be darker. I don't know, it looks, let's put a little voodoo in there. Why not? We'll spice it up a little bit. Alright, we're ready to mix in our scent. Now, our scent is a pretty yellow color. It is not supposed to discolor, it's not supposed to rise, it's not supposed to separate, it's not supposed to accelerate. So, well, let's see if it's behaved. The last couple of times I've made soap, oh, sorry. It's hard to do things and talk at the same time. The last time that I made soap, last 2 times I made soap, it riced and accelerated this fragrance oils. And I was starting to think that maybe it was my recipe, and I did kind of juggle my recipe around a little bit. This looks like so far that it is going to behave beautifully. Looks good. And it sure does smell good. This is definitely a mood brightening scent. Just lifts your mood. And it does have essential oils in it. I did read that in the notes. I imagine that it has orange and lemon in it. This pink isn't exactly what I envisioned as far as so dark it's almost red, but I like it, so we're going to go with it. Okay. I am going to grab my mold. So we're going to use the taller, thinner molds, and then run a hanger swirl through it. I'm going to make sure that everything's in camera before I get started. Looks pretty good. We're going to start with the white. It's all still pretty liquidy. This is strange for me because the last few soaps I've made got thick very quickly. I'm going to take a little bit of the white and then pour each of the colors in here. We can do this a couple of times, I think. And I'll have to remember to save a little bit for the top. I did also increase my water, like even more than I had. Definitely swirling, giving me plenty of time. I might not have to use the hanger swirl tool actually. Alright. I'm going to leave a little bit for the top. It's probably more than enough, actually. Okay. And I'm going to use most of these now. Now the pink. I'm actually considering not using my hanger tool. I might just run it through real quick. A little bit for the top. A pretty yellow. Sometimes I've gotten yellows that turn orange on me. Okay. So it is very liquidy, but I do think I'm going to run the hanger tool through just real quick. This is it. It's gigantic. It's made for, I think, a bigger mold, but let's do a few swirls here. And I think I'm going to let it thicken up a little bit before I do the top. The batter is still pretty thin, but I'm going to attempt to do the top here. I'm calling this the Tiggy, as I discussed earlier. We're going to attempt to flood the top with, yeah, it's going right in. So this is the day after Christmas. This is the 26th, Boxing Day. And I am the type of person that will put up all of the Christmas decorations the day after. I am just that. I don't know, it's been a tradition in my family from my grandma to my mother. We start putting stuff away. Start cleaning up, and part of that cleanup is to take down the tree. You know, take down the decorations outside of the house. So since the kids are gone, I'll probably work on that as well. Alright, so I was trying to cover up some of the color. on the top there. And now, as part of the tea, so now I'm going to pour the colors on this side. This is still really liquidy. This is going to be one of those soaps that I have to leave in the mold probably for 2 days. Now I used the 28% lye concentration like I did on my last 2 soaps. And you see how those turned out. My Valentine's collab. And then the winter, I believe I called it Flurries at Dawn. Wasn't pretty. Alright, let's do the orange next. This may be a little too liquidy to actually turn out, but we'll see. I've never done this before. So down in the comments, tell me, are you the kind of person that leaves their decorations up until like February? I'm not judging. I just, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm one of those, let's take it down, Christmas is over. It's a bit Scroogey of me, isn't it? And now the pink. Getting full. These colors are really pretty. For some reason it's reminding me of the Trix Yoplait yogurt. Do they still make that? That's what it looks like. Alright. Now for the white. Well, it's way too full, isn't it? Oh, it's going over the edge. Okay. All right, I'm gonna let it thicken up a little bit more and take some of this extra off. Well, it's thickened up enough to do a little bit of a top. I've already started here. Let's see what I can do. Woo, that one got a little crazy. Well, she makes it look easier than it is. Maybe if it was a little thicker, huh? Oh. Now I think I'll just that looks better. I'll clean up the edges and I'm excited to see what the swirls inside look like. Be back in a few days. Okay, a little update on this Love Spell soap. It's about 24 hours after the last video. I needed the mold, so I threw it in the freezer and unmolded it. and it's still really soft. I don't even know if this will make soap. And the reason being, remember when I said that I was messing with the recipe and I added more less palm oil, more cocoa? Well, the lye calculator I was using, it's Soapy with 2 E's, was really strange when it came to the lye concentration and water discount. It had a place for me to put the lye concentration, and I thought, well, I'll do a 28, but then underneath it, it said water discount. So I just left it to what was preset, which was 0. And I thought that by setting the lye concentration, I was setting the water discount. So I basically soaped this soap, but it was different because this lye calculator is different. So this had no water discount in it whatsoever. And I don't even know if it has enough lye with the way it's acting. So I decided that this may not even turn to soap. Like when I cut it, you could see some shiny parts. Let me find it. I don't see it. Like this may be, I don't know if you can see that it's really shiny right here. So I'm not even sure if this is going to turn out and be a soap. I'll cut one for you, but I'm going to wait to cut the rest of this to see if it sets up. I mean, if it is full soap, I don't know. It's just turned out really weird. It may be soap. It may just be that it had way more water than I was used to soaping with. So I unmolded it because I only have one mold, and I decided to remake it. Here is how it turned out. This is the Tiggy that I wanted to do, the special top. I used the calculator and did a 10% lye discount as well as a lye concentration of 28%. And this, actually I think my lye concentration was 30%. And this is what I ended up with. I also did the, I did not put titanium dioxide in the colors, and so I think they're going to be a lot brighter, and it was thicker when I poured it. So I will cut this on video as my final soap. I think it'll turn out more of what I wanted. So I guess lesson learned. I'm always learning something. Well, we're back the next morning to cut the Love Spell type, the second loaf. I may have unmolded this one a little early, but I was intrigued to see the inside. And the swirls are very wispy. They're pretty. Yep, this one is a little sticky, but it's much better than the other one was yesterday, which today is much firmer and has ashed on the top. I was doing some research yesterday, and I was thinking that maybe I didn't get it mixed to emulsification before I split them off into colors on the first batch, and that the lye wasn't completely distributed, and maybe those shiny spots I was speaking of were pockets of lye. So I did not. I've decided, I can't talk, that I'm going to, even though it has hardened up, I'll just waste that batch and throw it away. Better safe than sorry. Ooh, that's pretty. I think it's neat how the little stripes on the top where I was doing that type of top. Speaking of the top, the smell is beautiful today. It's still very strong. That's what the top looks like. I like how it smeared all the colors together. Hopefully it doesn't look too mustardy and too ketchup-y. That almost looks like a heart. It's pretty. Pretty. So I had made these melt and pour hearts that I had thought about maybe putting here. In the comments, let me know, what do you think? Thank you for joining me on my journey of mistakes that were made and lessons learned. I will see you in the next one.